after receiving news that we had 55 dead trees surrounding our cabin and then spending 3 full days removing them with a professional arborist team. We're finally back to working on new projects. As spring arrives, it's time to continue improving our property while learning new skills, burning all kinds of branches, and adding some finishing touches around the cabin. Welcome to Living Large Camping. Now that we have nearly, 50,000 pounds of mulch in 3 sections within our backyard area, we're going to start using some of that. And I think the first project and the easiest way to begin is by remulching around the cabin. You can tell it's been there for a couple of years. It's just kind of sun faded. And since we have so much new, pretty looking mulch, we might as well go ahead and make the cabin look a little better. We can use it to kind of re-level out this area where we have the outdoor seating. Someday we would love to build a deck right here, but for now, this is going to be a good option. And then just kind of take it all the way around. We don't have any flower beds in this area yet because we don't really know what to plant or how to plant flowers. So we're just going to use that, spread it all out, and start working through these huge piles. Our main goal is to build some nice walking trails throughout the back acres. That way we can use the mulch, eventually let it go back into the soil for the nutrients and everything. That's just kind of the only way that we can think of to use these massive amounts. I'm gonna get the wheelbarrow and some working gloves and we're gonna go and start.
The house is starting to look so good. We didn't want to start on too aggressive of a project with this mulch, so we figured just kind of going around the house and fixing up the areas that already had mulch, and just trying to brighten it up would be a great way to start. We also want to put some flowers in the front, kind of in the mulch, and just give everything a little bit more color since there hasn't been much done with the house, and since it is spring, it's the perfect time to start planting and making everything beautiful for the summer. I'm so excited for that. We got started late this afternoon because we ran errands all day today, got groceries. We're about 30 minutes from groceries, so it does eat up a lot of our morning. And since this is going to take probably about 2 hours, we're going to be done just in time around 6 o'clock to start making dinner and hang out, probably hot tub per usual. So I think tomorrow what we're going to do is tackle the other side yard that you guys have seen a lot of our hard work go into. We are still hard at work, but we haven't filmed too much of that just because it's getting old for us at least. So we're going to show you guys what we want to do over there, make that area a little bit more beautiful. And yeah, probably more flowers. All right, let's keep mulching.
We have the patio side, the back side of the house, and then the north side all finished up now with fresh mulch. Now we're gonna work on the front, which out that main large window in our living room, we'll be able to see all the new mulch, and then we just have to do just a little corner over there. So it's coming along pretty quick. It's just a nice way to start using this pile. And let's go check out what Amelia's been doing up front.
Now we are working on the front and it's looking so good. I pulled out some of the ferns that were extremely deep in there. We're keeping them a little bit in the back because I think it would be a really pretty lush look, but we don't want to keep them here in the front because we just don't want them to grow up through the mulch. Again, we're learning as we go, so might as well just get the really big roots out, pull them out, and yeah, then we'll lay mulch on top and someday this week, I guess, go get flowers. It's quite a lot of things I pulled out. The roots were really deep. I mean, some of these guys. Feels good to know that I filled something up this big. After we mulch this whole thing, I'll show you guys what it's looking like, and then I guess in a little bit we'll give you some before and afters. It's gonna look really good. Well, I was going to tell you guys that we just finished mulching the whole outside and it looks amazing. I can't wait to show you guys the before and afters that I keep talking about. But I was going to call Connor over here and tell him to, hey, come say something, but he is at war with some honeysuckles back there. I don't know what's gotten into him, but I guess they grow in massive bushes and just take over areas. So him and them are not friends on our property. So it's about 6:30, I think, and we were going to call it quits, but he can't help himself. Let me show you guys. And he did all this in maybe 5 minutes. The anger. Oh boy, here he comes. If anyone wonders what life with Connor's like, this.
I've taken a hating for honeysuckle because it grows super thick and all over the areas where we're getting fresh sunlight and new trees are trying to grow. It's surprisingly pretty easy to pull out of the ground. So yesterday I spent a few hours walking like the whole woods pulling out honeysuckle. Seems to be just one of those things, if you let it get away from you, it's really hard to maintain. So as I walk, I just kind of pull out the smaller ones. If I can rock the bigger ones back and let the roots break loose, I'll do that. Pile them up and then we'll burn them later. But yeah, apparently it's not great. So trying to let the trees grow. We just cut so many down. Let's go get some dinner. We've had a few days now to kind of spend some time in this newly opened area, and now we're going to start doing some more of the cleanup process. They got a majority of the trees out of the way, but there's still some smaller beech trees that we're just going to go ahead and clear because they're going to provide a pretty good lower canopy for the ground floor here, and if we want new trees to grow, they're not going to let them, and they're going to die anyway at some point in time. So we're going to do some time cleaning those up. Got them all marked here for the most part. Some, 6 inches in diameter or so, and quite a few of smaller ones. So it's just going to be a day to slowly start cleaning this place up even more. This ground is relatively flat. Obviously all of the stumps are still here, and we may end up having those removed at a later date. It just kind of depends on what we actually want to do down here long term. So we'll spend the summer and the next few months trying to figure that out. But for now, we're just going to let it start to do its thing. The sun will be out. It's raining a bunch, so I don't think it'll take long for things to start popping back up. And we're just going to give it the best chance it has to regrow itself. Got all of my chainsaw protection equipment on, helmet, and the pants that will stop the blade. We're going to start with taking this beech tree here out. That's kind of tucked into these hemlocks. There's a nice open space over here and just a good place to start as I'm still getting comfortable with it. It's only about 6 inches in diameter, and yeah, hopefully it goes down good. Great first tree, fell right where I wanted it to. Still small enough that I can help guide it down. Probably not supposed to do that. This tree is only 30 feet tall, and now we get to clean it up, throw it in the pile to be burned later, and then we'll save the trunk for some wood.
Well, you might ask, where have I been while Connor's been working outside? And in all honesty, I have been putting off coming outside. I've been doing everything else but coming out here and doing yard work today because honestly, I really just don't feel like it. And maybe it's because I just turned 27 yesterday. A little sass in me has just come out and I just not in the mood. But this is what I'm going to tackle today. It is more raspberry bushes. I know a ton of you all said to keep them. And honestly, we know we put a lot of work in pulling them out, but they're gonna come back. We're not really worried about it. There's a whole section over here that we're not even touching. So in the summer when they bloom, we will try a little bit of the raspberries this summer, which is exciting, but we just don't need that many. That's just a ton taking up unnecessary space. And this area over here, we made it look so pretty. We're still working on it. And it just looks so much better. I think you guys will also agree with the before and after. So just wanted to touch on that, but this is what I'm going to do today while Connor chops down trees and does all that good stuff. So off I go. Some days you do things you don't want to do, but I know once I get into it, I'm going to have a good time just listening to my book, zoning out in my own little world, but getting here took a little while. Okay. Off we go.
Tree number 2. out on the fence.
Yep. I took a break from pulling the raspberry bushes and just honestly cleaning that area up so I could film for Connor dropping the trees because I think it's so cool. And he has to put more gas in the chainsaw. So I thought I would say I love seeing him just kind of learn new skills and show you guys and just be really excited. It makes me, I don't know, it gives me like a warm feeling just watching him do something he loves, even though he's never done it before. But yeah, watching him just gain another skill is so fun. He's just so good at that. I don't know. I love it. You guys think he's doing a good job? Give him some love in the comments. I think it's fun. See how he does on this one. It's a little bigger. What a freaking cutie. Just hanging while we all do yard work. Wow, so nice. Well, guys, I think we are going to call this a wrap on yard work today. Connor is still going to be throwing all of our piles into the fire just to get it burned before we go to bed, of course, but it is about 5 p.m. and I thought it'd be fun to take you guys along cooking since we haven't done that in a while. We are making a very simple and delicious dinner that we love to make when we're around an oven, and now that we have this place, we get to do endless oven meals. So I thought you guys would enjoy cooking with us in our new home, and then maybe a little hot tub in between. How's that sound? Also thought you guys would like to see Barkley because, well, he hasn't been very active in these last few videos. He's here hanging out, loving life, being a dog, but just staying out of the way. All right, let's go, I guess, kind of clean up and get to chopping dinner. I just finished cleaning up outside and now we're inside getting some things chopped for dinner that we're making tonight. We are going to be making a Mexican lasagna, which sounds really funny, but honestly, it's basically like enchiladas just with not having to roll the tortillas in there. So it's just super easy. Chop up onions, peppers, saute them, and while you're sauteing them, let the meat of your choice cook. We're just gonna do ground turkey. And yeah, you just layer it like you would a lasagna, but it's gonna be Mexican flavored and hopefully quick to make because we both are exhausted. I'm pooped, my back hurts quite a bit, so I just wanna get this going before we hop in the hot tub. So I thought it'd be fun for you guys to cook with me. Connor will be in a little bit because he's finishing the fire. We don't want to leave it unattended just in case. So let's chop in our new kitchen. Love having you guys here. the food is obviously all cooked. We just put it in the oven, and while we wait, I think it cooks for about 25 minutes just to get the cheese and sauces all melted together. We are going to be in the hot tub for the next 20 minutes. Well deserved.
There's no better way to end a hard work day out in the yard besides having a old fashioned that Amelia made and getting in the hot tub. Usually it's kind of what our evenings look like. It just is a great way to unwind, loosen up the back. Both of our backs have been hurting really bad the last couple of weeks just from all of the manual labor, which we're very happy to do. So turning out great. We're really happy with the results, and it's only going to get even better over the next couple of weeks. So for now, it's time for the hot tub.